from with us, so thank you so much.
Yeah, baby! You two look hot!
I want to give thanks to our parents, my dad, Shelly, my mom, Gail.
All right.
My oldest parents, Gregory and Samara.
All right.
Thank you so much for helping to make this happen. Each of you. And I don't know, it's just special to see each of you here, and it really gives us a lot of joy in our hearts, and we feel the love, so thank you.
All right. Yeah, baby!
Every person here is really meaningful to us, and everybody represents a special part of a period of our lives that means so much to us. And there are so many people here from different parts and aspects of our lives that gave meaning to our existence, and we're just grateful for you all being here.
Wow. Thank you.
Somebody far better equipped at skills and vocabulary. 20 years ago, 2 days and 7 hours, on June 24th, 1996, after graduating from law school, I was hired by the Legal Aid Society in Manhattan at a time when it was difficult to find a job, when really lawyers were a dime a dozen and there were so many coming out of school. And I put in an application to the Public Defender's Office in Manhattan because it was meaningful to me to sort of give back and fight for constitutional rights.
Yeah.
And 6 people were hired that year. And I've heard that there were thousands of applicants, and we were fighting for constitutional rights at a time when minorities were really being oppressed. And another person who was amongst that group, and by the way, one person who was there in June 24th of 1996 has become a federal judge. Another person has become a chief of the district attorney's office in the Bronx.
Wow. Right.
And the other 5 people besides myself, I tricked them. I got in by tricking them. But the other 5 people that got into my class were amongst the brightest people that I have ever met in my entire life. And one of them, James Garrett, I'm grateful has attended this afternoon.
All right.
Best man speech, you will now entertain us all.
Sure.
All
If
right.
I can have 2 minutes of your time.
Sure.
Norman took my opening point about meeting him 20 years ago, back when Bill Clinton was president, back when the Twin Towers were still standing, and Giuliani was mayor when it was at a different age. And I think back about the man I met those days, who was always like the hungriest, always the most aggressive, the one who was pushing the most, who wanted to go the furthest, whether it was the way he worked out in the gym, whether the way he brought it in court, whether the way he lived his life. Norman was always the one who wanted the most out of life. And for a younger man, that is the thing you want, because it's what takes you the furthest in life, and it gets you the closest to where you want to be. But as I've gotten older, I think an important part, sort of the flip side of pushing, is also realizing what you have, and taking a moment to look around you and realize the blessings that you already have, because the pushing sometimes blinds you to the blessings that you have. And I know everybody that's here today was touched by the day when Norman and Fate met each other on the highway. And part of me can think about what was lost, but part of me thinks about how much is here, and I think more importantly about what was gained. Because the Norman that I've met since that day is a more complete person than the Norman I met that day. Because that Norman understands the value of life. That Norman understands the value of family. That Norman takes satisfaction in his work, but also takes satisfaction in what work can bring you. So all of you that are here today are the reward of a life well led. And
Wow.
I know that the man that is here today is more complete than he's ever been. It's because you're in his life, because all of you that are here, they're part of his family, are here. So I want to say thank you all, and I know you join me in wishing both of them all of our best blessings.
Yes, amen. Yes, very nice. And Krav Maga. And Bill. And Bill.